So you can actually take a position in some of the top Thailand stocks that's listed on the SGX, just like any other normal Singapore stocks. And how do you do it? Well, you can buy what we call the SDR, Singapore Depository Receipts, right? So this is what we call like Thai SDR that's listed on SGX. It allows you to take a position on some of the top Thailand stocks. There are 8 Thailand stocks right now that you can actually take a position on. So let me just dive into these slides right over here, and I want to pick what we call some of the top Thailand stocks right now. They are strong technically, and we'll look at the charts in just a bit. So the first one will be Airport of Thailand that operates and manages the airports in Thailand, and the second one will be PTT Exploration and Production. The code is PTTEP. That's the underlying that is listed on the Thailand Stock Exchange, and this company is in the oil and gas exploration and production space, all right, as the name suggests. And the next company I'll share with you will be this company called Advanced Info Services. The code is ADVANC.BK, listed on the Thailand Stock Exchange, right? And this company is what we call the largest telco in Thailand. And today I also want to go through this bank called Kasikorn Bank. The code is KBank.BK, listed on the Thailand Stock Exchange. Yeah, so these are the 4 Thailand stocks I'll share with you today, and how, most importantly, you can actually take a position in this Thailand stock, not by buying the stocks that is listed on Thailand Stock Exchange, but you can't just buy it like any other normal Singapore stocks on the SGX. And how do you do it? Well, you can see that on this column right over here on the right, like for example, Airport of Thailand, you can see that the code that is listed in terms of the Thai STR that is listed on the SGX is TATD. So you can just simply type the code TATD when you're logged in on your trading account, and you will be able to pull out what we call the SDR. Same thing like PTT Exploration and Production, the code is TPED, and today we'll be going through Advanced Info Services as well, TADD, and we have Kasikorn Bank as well, TKKD. So these are the codes that are listed on the SGX. So let's take a look at these top 4 Thailand stocks right now out of this entire 8, and how they actually look like on the charts listed on the Stock Exchange of Thailand. And more importantly, as I mentioned, how you can actually buy them on the SGX in terms of buying the SDR, Singapore Depository Receipts, right? Very simply, just by doing what we call a price conversion and seeing what it currently priced at on the SGX. All right, so let's go on to the first one, and this will be what we call Airport of Thailand. Stock code is AOT.BK, listed on the Stock Exchange of Thailand. You can see that we are currently trading at about 67 Thai baht. So what you can do, you can actually analyze the underlying stock that's listed on the Stock Exchange of Thailand, and you can just do a quick conversion in terms of the price. Right? So for example, let's say we are seeing a little bit of resistance right now at about that 68. You can see right over here we are seeing a bit of resistance. We have not been able to get above this level over the past 2-3 months. Look at this, a couple of touches, we came back down, we neared it, and it was actually a support level as well, a little bit of a support somewhere around November last year. So that is pretty much a key level to watch in order to see more upside happening. So 68 times in terms of the conversion from Thai baht to Singapore dollar, so 68 times 0.037, well, that would be around $2.52 Singapore dollars in terms of the resistance level compared, the price in Singapore dollars. And also we have found a bit of a support as well. You can see over the past 2 months we found some support around that 62 to 63 level. All right, so let's say like $63 is a support, 63 Thai baht, right? So 63 times 0.037, that would be about $2.33. So if it does dip to near this support level, Singapore dollars $2.33, that could be an entry to get in as well. So I think for Airport of Thailand, so we are seeing a bit of strength. We have got out of this lower consolidation since like November, up and down. We managed to break above that 62, 63, and you can see we are actually consolidating higher right now. Of course, we need to actually break this resistance level, in terms of the 68 Thai baht to see more upside happening from here, 68 Thai baht, all the way maybe to like 74 to 76 Thai baht. That could potentially be the next upside targets, right? If you to break this 68 resistance level. So let's take a look at how you can actually take a position on this SDR. So you can see right over here, like Airport of Thailand, this is the one that's AOT, right, listed on the Stock Exchange of Thailand. It's about 67 Thai baht, and you can see that in terms of the SDR, right over here, Airport of Thailand SDR. So TH means Thai, right? TH space TH SDR. So that is the stock, in terms of the code TATD that you can actually buy on the SGX. Just like any other normal Singapore stock, you can see that the price is about $2.50 50 cents, right? $2.50, which is correct because you can see that currently the resistance is about $2.52, so we are kind of like slightly below the resistance at about $2.50. So if it does dip to near like 235 or even 240 in terms of it being near the support level, you could try to get in as well to catch any rebounds, right? Just by getting in on this Thai SDR. Okay, the next Thailand stock, PTTEP, all right, that is in the exploration and production space in Thailand, all right, and you can see that right now we are at about 155 Thai baht, right? So this stock has found a little bit of a support, I would say somewhere around that 145 Thai baht level since the beginning of the year. You can see that we have slowly pushed upwards, consolidated, and we are in fact attempting to break this key resistance at about 155, which was the support. You can see resistance, attempt to break above it, came back down and unfortunately went back below the 155. But right now seems like buyers are coming back to attempt to break above the 155. So 155 times 0.037, just a quick conversion from Thai baht to Singapore dollars, that would be about $5.74 resistance level. So I think we can break above that 155 Thai bahts again, potential upside could be all the way maybe to like 165 and then maybe all the way to 180 Thai bahts. So you can see I've done a quick conversion in terms of like, let's say the resistance or target around 180. So 180 times 0.037, that would be about $6.66 if you were to get to buy what we call the SDR. So let's take a look at the SDR right now. You can see that this is the one, right? PTT Exploration and Production is about 155 Thai baht, so that's the one that's listed on the Thailand Stock Exchange. But you don't have to buy that, or you can actually buy the SDR. That will be the next line. You can see right here, PTTEP space TH space SDR, and price is about $5.75, right, in terms of Singapore dollars, which is pretty similar, right? So it's about $5.75. You can see based on the conversion, I've calculated about $5.74. Yeah, so it's right over there in terms of this price level that we are at. So the next Thailand stock will be Advanced Info Service, right? This is the one that's listed on the Thailand Stock Exchange. The code is ADVANC. All right, so later I'll share with you guys how you can actually buy what we call the SDR. So this is Advanced Info Service. You can see that we are actually seeing a little bit of support coming back around that 195 Thai baht. That was where we go just last. You can see rebounded all the way back up, but we sold back down again. You can see we touched this same support level and buyers actually came back, and we are seeing signs of this short-term trend starting to turn up as we're looking at the 20 days moving average, this green line that was like pointing down since like November last year. Right now it has started to just reverse back up, but I think right now we are seeing a bit of a resistance around that 210. You can see 210 was actually a very critical, I would say, support level we have been holding above since like March last year, all the way until like Feb. We broke down, we're still below it, so support turned resistance, and we are still attempting to break above this resistance. So if we can break and get back above this 210 Thai baht, I think potential upside can be all the way maybe towards the 220 to 230 Thai baht level, right? So how do we actually trade this stock, Advanced Info Service, the largest telco in Thailand? Well, we can buy what we call the SDR. So for this stock, it's slightly different because in terms of the ratio, what happens is for the previous stocks that I mentioned, you can just take the current price level like 210. So 210 converted to Singapore dollars will be 210 times 0.037. That is the conversion rate from Thai baht to Singapore dollars, right? This is what we have done. But right now for this stock, Advanced Info Service, there is what we call a ratio in terms of like 10 SDR to 1 underlying. So how to get the price? Well, very simple. You take like 210 times 0.037, you divided it by 10, or divide it by 10, and that is how you get the price in terms of the Singapore dollars price. So I've kind of like placed the prices for you. It's about 85 cents in terms of the resistance. Support will be about 72 cents Singapore dollars in terms of this support level. So let's take a look at the price right now for the SDR. So you can see Advanced Info Services, you can see this is about 208 Thai baht. So if you kind of look at the SDR, AIS, which is Advanced Info Service space, TH, which means Thai space SDR, is about 0.77, which is 77 cents, which is pretty much similar to what we have calculated. I think right over here, we are just around that 77 cents for the SDR. Okay, finally, the fourth Thailand stock I'll share with you today out of the entire 8 will be this company called Kasikorn Bank. The code is K, bank listed on the Thailand Stock Exchange. You can see we are trading at about 134 Thai baht right now, right? 134. You can see we have found a bit of a support, a very firm support over the past one over year since like 2023 around this 120. You can see we kind of like neared it a couple of times, rebounded. We have rebounded again over the past 1-2 months. So 120 Thai baht would be a very key support level, and I think we are kind of like consolidating sideways, where there are some signs of the trend gradually turning up. Just by looking at the moving average, you can see that the 20 days moving average, the green line, has crossed back above the 100 days and the 200 days moving average. So there's a sign of strength. All right, of course, ultimately we still need to get past this very key resistance level right over here, somewhere around the 140. Why 140? You can see it was a support. We broke down somewhere in March last year, about a year back, and so all the way down. So this would now be a resistance level, 140 Thai baht. So how do you get the Singapore dollars price? Well, this is simple, same thing, just times 0.037. So that would be like $5.18 Singapore dollars, $4.44 Singapore dollars. And let's take a look at the SDR right now. You can see this is Kasikorn Bank, right? So it's about 134 Thai baht, and the SDR is just right below it. Kasikorn Bank space TH space SDR is about $4.98 Singapore dollars, which is pretty much similar. All right, $4.98. I think we're right over here, just below this resistance level. So I think if it does dip a little bit to maybe near that 120 to 125 Thai baht, maybe right at this Singapore dollars price point, that's where an entry could be taken again to ride the upside all the way to the target. And of course, if it does break the resistance, upside targets can be revised even further, maybe all the way up to the next resistance around the 155 to 160 Thai baht. So you can do a quick conversion, alright, to see what is the Singapore dollars price that you could take some profit as well. That's it, guys. So I've covered kind of like 4 Thailand stocks out of the entire 8 right now that you can actually take a position on the SGX by buying what we call the SDR. So we have covered like Airport of Thailand's, PTT Exploration and Production, and we have covered like Advanced Info Services as well, and also Kasikorn Bank, which looks pretty strong right now out of this entire 8. These are the 4, I would say, strongest in my opinion right now. So I hope you like this video, guys. If you want to find out a little bit more in terms of the entire strategy, we have this strategy called the One Good Trend that pretty much picks winning stocks, high probability stocks, and how do you actually ride the uptrend on these stocks or ride the reversal of these stocks, and how we have a system to guide us as well. So you'll find out about this entire strategy and the system that we have. Attend one of those free webinars. I'll just place the link below this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button, follow, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Take care.